Another author I am very fond of is William Johnstone. I mentioned him in the last video. I have many of his books, mostly The First Mountain Man. This is one of the series. And the series, The First Mountain Man, is about a man named Preacher, or well called Preacher, who's left for the frontier at a very early age. This is, but they muzzleloader, and they no repeating or cartridges or anything before the Civil War, but after the American Revolution. Shortly after Jefferson does the Louisiana Purchase. But Preacher kind of a badass, go full charge into a group of Indians, shoot muzzleloader into them. When that shoots that, pull 2 pistols out, unload them, then 2 more out and unload them, and then jump off the horse with tomahawk and knife and just go at them. It's kind of just the basic go in, guns blazing kind of thing. That's how many of Johnstone's books are. That just kind of glances over the most minor details that Lewis or even Matt Braun would cover. But the First Mountain Man, I think they're all pretty good. They basically start the same and end the same. So it's just Preacher out in the mountains trying to make a living at fur trapping, and then something happens, so he goes in, saves the day, mostly against Blackfeet, tribe of Indian who call him the White Ghost or White Devil, little names like that, because his level of skill of sneaking in to their camps at night and killing warriors while they're sleeping and sneaking back in, and nobody ever knowing until in the morning. And then another book I have here is 40 Times a Killer, which is about John Wesley Hardin, who was a famous outlaw, killed many men, kind of just nuts in the head. But John Hardin actually had family in Bonham, Texas, which is not far from here at all, just a few minutes. Closest town to where I live. But 40 Times a Killer it's about John Hardin, but through the eyes of a little companion of his called Little Bit. And it just talks about his life. But Johnstone has several books like that about famous outlaws, little kind of a spin-off of the actual story or so. Like one that's about Jesse James, about how Jesse James really didn't die by Ford, who supposedly killed him, but instead it was all set up so he could get away and his family could get the reward money for his death, and he could get out of the outlaw business and start over. under a new name of Alexander James Frank. His brother's name's backward. And like that one and 40 Times a Killer, he uses facts, lots and lots of facts, which so does Matt Braun and Louis L'Amour in their books. But like this one, 40 Times a Killer, and the one about Jesse James, it's historical. Johnstone, whenever he writes a book, he makes sure everything is historically accurate, correct, and just makes it more believable whenever he's giving an extra about these famous outlaws that are no more. But Johnstone's got several other series, the Brothers O'Brien, which is also good. And I forgot to mention this with Louis L'Amour, but he has a few series. The main one is the Sackett series, which has a bunch of novels in that series itself.